Right now, in the United States, there are 5.4 million people living with Alzheimer's disease. I'm Allison Floyd.
And I'm Tim McGinnis. 800,000 of them live alone, but for the rest of them, their caregivers take on a huge responsibility. Brianna Smith sat down with one caregiver who shows us how difficult it can be, not just for the person living with the disease, but for themselves as well. Brianna?
Joyce Hunt's husband was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's at the age of 56. She said she was looking forward to their good years, but now all that has changed.
You know, sometimes you want to fool yourself that, you know, he's just watching TV when in fact he's just staring at it, but at least he's there with you. You know, you don't feel so alone. It's hard. That part is really hard.
Joyce Hunt, like so many others, knows Alzheimer's all too well. Her husband, Sam, lives with it.
At first, you want to ignore certain signs that you see.
But some signs are too hard to ignore.
He could tear apart a motorcycle and build them. He's built many of them. But when I saw him not able to start mine one day, not knowing, then you know, there's no running from it. It's there.
Joyce says that she could live with the forgetfulness that comes with Alzheimer's, but she says there's an ugly side to the disease that many don't see.
It's like living with two people. The Alzheimer's person's sweet, loving still, just the same, childlike almost because he needs my help. But then when the dementia side comes out, then I'm looking at the boogeyman and somebody I have no idea who he is.
While in that boogeyman state, in a fit of rage, he beat Joyce, leaving her with a black eye and several bruises. Police were called to stop the attack, and now Sam is in jail until next Tuesday. But despite the violence, Joyce is still not ready to place her husband in a continuing care facility.
And it's very difficult for a spouse, particularly a spouse of almost 40 years, to pull that trigger.
But reflecting on Friday's attack, Joyce says it may be time.
No, I'm 95% there. I know what I have to do.
Joyce tells me that she will be looking into other options.
And Joyce told me
for her husband if he continues with these attacks.
All right, thanks, Brianna. It really is a tough disease for anybody that's had to go through it, family members or otherwise. 80,000 people suffered from Alzheimer's in 2010. That number is expected to grow to 100,000 by 2025. Tonight, the Alzheimer's Association kicked off its fundraising campaign for the 2012 Alzheimer's Walk, which will be held at Broadway at the Beach on October 6th. The director of the walk says a lot of the money raised will help people who live in our area.
All funds from the walk, there's a 60% to 40% ratio. 60% stays local, which is huge.
For more information on how you can get involved in this year's Walk to End Alzheimer's, visit your website, carolinalive.com.